And we are live. We're recording. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Hangout with Mentors. We show up here every Wednesday night. It used to be at 9, but we've just recently switched it to 8, so that's okay. So moving forward, it'll be every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's always a different topic. The attempt is to create evergreen value-based content that our existing members can immediately put into action to either improve their daily life, their daily business. Sometimes it's personal. It can affect your personal life as well. And also for the people that come, they want to have a sneak peek, see what we're all about, grab some value, just kind of get a feel for what we do here. What do we do when we're hanging out? It's kind of like a sneak peek behind the curtains of the kind of conversations that we have. It often turns into a very dynamic conversation. So do make sure that you get back with the person afterwards that invited you, if you are a part of the audience, and ask them how you can get started and hang with us and see behind the curtains for real. And who are we anyway? We are the Unstoppable Alliance. We're a group of people who have gathered together on purpose. It's a place where everyone knows your name. It's comfortable. You can earn money while you learn. There's strategies, techniques, resources, just an ongoing, rolling, essential conversation and chat of what's going on, what's working now. And that's what we're all about. Right now, the timing of this topic, I thought, would be kind of good because spring is always exciting and new things, and you kind of get going. I got to do this. I must do this. And we also have been adding a new product line to our offering, which is super exciting, kind of mind-blowing. So sometimes in those moments, it's really, really important to slow down and get yourself all sorted and organized and be really clear on where you want to get to instead of rushing, and then move forward on purpose with purpose and having a strategy in place. So I thought I'd pull out the magic bus again. It's been a go-to strategy that everybody has to hear in my little world. So Ray, I know you're very familiar with it, but here we go again. So it's really cool that you joined the panel tonight, and that Gregory did decide to join, because Gregory is still sitting there. What is the magic bus? Ray is sitting there. I know, I've heard it. But he's smiling, so he mustn't be annoyed to go through it again. You can apply it in essentially every part of your life, and how I created it, which I'm going to, before I really dig into it, I want to really encourage each one of you, especially when you're starting something new, or especially when you're pushing yourself through something, please go back to your strengths. Be very clear on your strengths and always work from that place. In fact, I would love to hear that you have an ongoing strength list. What are your strengths? They should be very forefront in your thoughts of what are your strengths, and work from them. When I came online, when I started online building my business, a lot of it was new to me, and I felt very overwhelmed, like maybe some of you do right now, still in this moment. And so what I had to do is pause and go back, okay, what do I already know? I've been successful in many areas of my life. I was a very successful critical care registered nurse. What do I already know, and how can I apply that to business? So this magic bus strategy, and you can laugh if you want, it's funny, but it works. This is actually a part taken from the nursing process. It's a very effective 4-step strategy that will work in any area of your life if you apply it. And I called it the magic bus because I truly think that we should all believe in magic, because it's possible. The possibilities are truly limitless. And if we open the door, or if we draw the door, we'll see the door, and then we can open it. So hence the magic bus. Picture a bus. I don't care what color, but please visualize a bus right now. And the bus, every vehicle that moves, or well, not every vehicle, but because there's 2-wheelers and there's 3-wheelers. So anyway, many vehicles have 4 wheels. So I want you to picture a bus with 4 wheels. It can be colorful, or it can be whatever. But unless all four of those wheels are moving, the bus does not move forward. So that's where I would like you to get the visualization, the importance, the absolute essential importance of all four wheels always turning in order for you to have forward momentum, in order for you to progress, in order for you to achieve what you want to achieve. So the first wheel is assess. So assess what's happening right now. What do you have in front of you? And that's where I came to with the strengths. Assess who you are, what are your strengths, what tools do you have, what resources do you have, like assess your whole situation. What are your options? What are your adversities? How are you going to figure out a solution for them? It's all about assess, and it always has to be happening. And then the second wheel is plan. You always have to have a plan. Remember, though, that by the time you get a plan written down on paper, it needs to be adapted. So your plan has to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable with your plan. It does have to be written so that you can see it, but just be open to the fact that your plan has to be something that maybe evolves or is adaptable or can be tweaked. But do have a plan, goals, and that includes goals, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, lifetime goals. All of that is within that second wheel, which is the plan. Then the third wheel is really important, and often rear wheel vehicles, that's the wheel that is initially driven by the drive shaft, right? That's the driving force. That's the one that's connected to the motor and the transmission. That is the action. If you are doing a lot of assessing and thinking and a lot of planning, but you're not taking action, the bus certainly isn't going to move, because you're not moving. The motor isn't turning. The motor isn't on. So we must always be taking action. On purpose action is best, of course. Then that fourth wheel is just as important as the other three. And the fourth wheel is evaluating. We always must be re-evaluating, stepping back, taking a big picture look. What have we seen? What does our plan look like? Is it still feasible? Is it still realistic? Is it still achievable? And what are actions that we're doing? Are these actions achieving what we want to achieve? Are they fitting with the plan? Are they congruent with who we are, what our strengths are? Evaluate your results. Because if you don't know what your results, like if you're having results, and if your results are because of that specific plan, you can't scale up. You can't make it bigger. You can't repeat it. You can't share it with somebody else. So this evaluation process is really important. And little detailed things like lead generation. Is the strategy of lead generation that you're using, is it effective? Are you bringing in leads? Are those leads a fit for what you're offering? Those kind of things. So we can really dig into detail, but the purpose of this is to kind of give you an overall picture of what that magic bus is. And then you just rinse and repeat. So once you've evaluated, then assess what you've come to, adapt your plan, alter your actions and take action, and then evaluate. And again, and again, and again. And the bus goes down the road. And that's it. So, Gregory, first time you heard the magic bus, what are your thoughts?
Wow, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. But of course, as you just started singing that song, that's not the song that was in my head, because even though my daughter's 17, my son's 14, the song "The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round" are definitely playing right here. And
Good.
you have them all moving, all through the town. And I love that. It's a formula. It is a formula. It is a working formula. And it makes a lot of sense. And what's coming up for me in particular is I love that the number one is, I used to think, the old paradigm of learning it was that you had to know everything, that you had to just cover everything, learn everything. And that was, in our day, that's the way we thought, you just had to learn everything. And then through this process, through the Timothy Ferris's and the Gary Vaynerchuk, it's basically exactly learn your core competencies, be aware of them, and do that, and outsource the rest. And then, we've got, as you say, the resources here to do that with all the other areas. And a plan is person who fails to plan plans to fail. Is that how that goes? It's like, that's quote from Seneca, is that the sailing ship with no sail, no wind is the right wind. You've definitely got to have a plan. Love that. And then action, as far as when you said that magic is, just believe in magic, it is real. I mean, if you just think about how magical it is that we can see things and hear and feel, our lives are magic. It's a magical gift. So I'm totally in that realm. But a lot of people believe in a concept, that a universal law of attraction. And I've learned also firsthand that the largest part, if you write out law of attraction, the largest part of that is the word action. It's right there written straight out. It's the largest part. It's great to have, an idea, know where you want to go, but taking purposeful action is what gets things going. As you said, the wheel that's driving the drive shaft. And then evaluating. If it's not working, don't do that anymore. Do something else. So this is beautiful. This is a beautiful, it's a fun little memory thing that I will remember forever. And now I'm part of the grad. I put my tassel over here now. Now I too know the magic bus, and I'm very grateful to you. So thank you.
There you go. Thank you for your feedback. And it is true. It's it's meant to be simple. It's meant to be usable. And yeah, it's meant to be used.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Ray, what are your thoughts tonight?
Well, I tell you what, this is a little bit deeper for me because I met you, Susan, and we had an event that we did, right?
Yes.
Was pretty powerful.
And we really dug into the magic bus and how it affects our goals and our life in general.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, one of the things that was really significant to me was that I knew goal plan, knew goal setting. I accomplished a lot by doing those things, right? But there was a real sense of part that I saw of sustainability inside that magic, and it was the word sustainability, right? So that was a key phrase for me. Okay, when I saw the word, something started evolving, and so I had a big epiphany. Okay, kind of spiritual, I would say, but at the same time, it was you could put action to it. So when I saw that, I said, that's something. For some reason, that word was just so powerful to me, and it was a missing component that I had in my own business mind, and one of the wheels that I should say it was one of the bearings maybe for the wheels, right?
Yeah,
my wheels were moving, but my you want to keep the wheels on some of the things you do. So sometimes the wheels fall off in some of the things you've done. And anyway, so it's really touching to me is what I want to say, because it means a lot to me. It was that big for me at the time. So so sustainability was a big thing. And when you and this is one thing that I go back to even today. When my wheels feel like they're wobbling, I have to go back to a core competency, which is working on myself, not so much writing things down, but taking time for myself, hearing where I want to go, having it pump into me. And that was such a big deal for me that it was really moving. And I'll tell you what, that's as far as the magic bus goes, and what you really want to know is the whole process of this, because you're going to find pieces that you want to grab a hold of. And I love what Greg said, what your strengths are, work your strengths, but delegate your weaknesses. That's beautiful, man. Mm-hmm. I always try to work my weaknesses, and guess what? That's where one of my wheels started going.
Yes. Yes.
It does. It really does. It really does make a difference to delegate your weaknesses, and you can. And as you're moving, you will attract the people to help your weaknesses, and they will fit. They'll just fit very well. So very powerful training is the magic bus. Absolutely. It's changed my life.
Thank you for that. So we talked about the wheels. We talked about the under of the bus. And here's one more layer that I'll add to the bus. You're the driver of the bus. Never forget that it's your bus and you are the driver of the bus. And you know how buses, it's only the driver that has control of that lever. I don't know, I haven't been on a bus for a while. It's probably just a button, right? But anyway, it used to be this lever, but you are the driver and you control that lever. So you control who gets on your bus. You control the people that are in your circle, in your thoughts. You control the people who influence you, and you get to decide who gets off the bus. So that's kind of an extra kind of component. And what does that have to do with assessing and planning and action and reevaluating? A lot, because it's your life, it's your business, and the people that are on your bus, the people that are in your thoughts, the people that are in your energy and in your space are going to affect how well you do all of those things. So that's the inside of the bus, and it's your bus. Don't ever forget, it's your bus, your life, your business. You run it. You're in control.
That's awesome.
Had to leave that part till the last.
Point, really, and you can control who you let in, and also you can also let them out if they're not, if it's being destructive, or that's a great point.
Absolutely, and it just simplifies it into a really fun little fact that just do it. Just kick them off your bus.
Send them off with love.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Yeah. See y'all later. You can get on somebody else's bus.
Try that crap with them. No.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? As well as the magic carpet, people will go knowing that was their time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I really believe that the law of attraction, as you evolve, you're going to be attracting different people to your reality. And because you have these pieces in place that, the people that leave, may have been time for them to leave. That might have been their stop.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And part of how you will attract your right people is the kind of plan you have. And if you really are working within your strengths, and if you really are taking action that is congruent with where you want to go, you're gonna automatically attract your right people. That is really going to be a part of if you're clear on who you are and where you're going, it'll be very present and obvious for sure. Does anybody in the audience have any questions with what we've talked about? We'll watch the chat if you have any questions. And if not, woo, it's the perfect time. I'm so excited.
Powerful little hangout.
This is ultimately how they're all supposed to be. 30, 40 minutes. Love it.
Great consumable, power packed. Love it.
My timer is correct tonight, Ray.
That's right. See? The wheels are working.
Absolutely.
Oh, shoot.
I'll have the recording, especially if it is this later. I'll have the recording done right swiftly so that you can watch the beginning. And thank you, Dave and Penny. At the top of the next hour, we have a call to jump onto. So be awesome, and just get back with the person that invited you if you need that information. And otherwise, that's good. Any closing thoughts, Ray or Gregory?
I just want to say that if you're not plugging in right now to your business, begin today, because you're holding yourself back. I know I've done it before in my life. Then this is my message to you, because I've done it. And fear is a terrible thing, right? And it drives us to do stupid things and terrible things and things that we don't even want in our lives. But I just want to tell you, you can make it happen, because you can take these things and actually apply them. When you apply what she talked about, the 4 wheels tonight, will definitely make a difference inside your business. And when you don't know what to do something, and I guarantee you that the path will open up again and you'll move forward.
I love that. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Ray. Gregory, any closing thoughts?
Sure, absolutely. Besides, thank you for having me here. Also, and just really assessing, number one, assessing what we have our hands on and who we have ourselves surrounded by. It leaves me in a state of extreme gratitude. And to dovetail with what Ray was saying, is really assess what you have your hands on. We are at the time of this recording at the pre-launch situation that can absolutely positively, with no question, be life-changing for yourselves and for the people that you introduce this to. And there's so many people that say they wish they had a different quality of life. Approach them and ask them what would they do if they really saw that? What would they do if they were actually approached with a solution? Or are they just so stuck into the complaining of their situation that they just don't want to look? But if they say, no, I would definitely, then bring them aboard, plug them in to this environment. And, just knowing that I help bring people into a community that can absolutely change not just their state, but from changing their state, change their well-being and their lifestyle and their families' lives is wonderfully rewarding. And thank you, Susan, for being the wonderful, unstoppable mama that you are. And very, very nice to be partnered with you here today, as you are the man, my friend.
Thank you both for joining me on the panel and helping me add to this concept and the conversation. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And with that, we'll see all of you in the next Hangout with Mentors, of course, much in between. And if you're in the audience, or if you happen to be watching the recording, we do have these every week, and just get back with the person that invited you and find out how you can get involved in the whole conversation, in the whole movement, revolution, whatever you want to call it. There's so many names. It's just all good stuff.
Right.
Good stuff, good people.
Great job. Appreciate that so much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Excellent.